We are back!
Yay!
I fixed some technical issues, and maybe we'll be able to record Route 65's finale tonight. We'll see. Because, Harry, I think you have to go in 17 minutes, right?
Commit tax fraud.
Alright, that's good enough reason for me to continue.
Is there Route 66?
No, it's just Route 65, Matt.
Oh.
It's okay.
Route 66 is trademarked. I'm sorry. Ain't much we can do there.
And alrighty.
The sun is now... Wow, I went into older Chase voice. Fuck. The sun is now high enough in the sky that I occasionally have to shield my eyes from it as we head due east. Right now, I'm trying to balance upon one of the rails of the train tracks, whilst Leo does the same for the other. I can't speak anymore. I got rid of the crackle and now I can't speak. I hope that you're happy, DJ.
No, that was me who complained, remember?
Oh no, DJ complained too, and I want to blame it all on him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I want a cinnamon roll.
Me too.
Good for you.
Thanks, Matt.
You're welcome. Glad I could be of service.
Matt, we will do the I'm tired all the goddamn time recording soon for you, it sounds like.
Yay.
It is made a bit more difficult by the fact that we're still holding hands, each teeter from him yanking me along as well, and vice versa. Despite being, as he put it, a lump of stones covered in fur, he has a lot more poise than yours truly. I think my tail might be a bit too thick for balance and agility. It's more suited for aquatic usage. That reminds me how much I could use a swim right now, or at least a bath. I feel like a dusty skeever, and it must be smelling musky as all hell at this point. I'm a mess, and I'm a mess in front of Leo, who just keeps looking better and better the brighter it gets. I'm worried he's gonna take one long look at me at any moment now and realize he's made a mistake.
Hey.
I glance over tentatively, increasingly conscious of how clammy my paw pads are in Leo's grasp.
I know we kind of glossed over it earlier, but how do you think the others are actually going to respond to all of this?
I nearly fall off the rail, catching myself with one foot on the ground. Technically, it's cheating, but this isn't really a competition. What do you mean, all this? He clicks his tongue against the roof of his mouth, just like his mom does. I still don't know what exactly that means.
Estupido.
My gaze falls, and I feel my shoulders slump. Neil looks over, his expression turning apologetic, and I can feel his thumb rub the side of my paw.
Yeah. Sorry. I know we're both tired as dirt. Honest though, if I was in bed right now, I wouldn't be able to sleep. I wouldn't be able to sleep leaving it all like this. So, I just gotta come out and say it all, plain like for you, Otter. You're my boyfriend now, right?
I blink at hearing the words out loud, though when the moment comes, I don't even hesitate. You're my boyfriend, Leo. His pace on the track slows, then eventually stops outright. He turns, facing me. We stand in the midst of the abandoned passenger carriers, the plants around us mostly dead or dormant for the autumn. I can't help but have this feeling that we clash with our surroundings, alive and new, and something dead and decaying. I'm reminded of a word I studied for a Southwestern literature elective I took, the quaz. It comes to me, as if recited on a recorder in my brain, the short paragraph which I had labored to memorize the night before my presentation. Quaz, a noun, both singular and plural, referring to anything strange, incongruous, or peculiar. At its heart is the unknown, the mysterious. It rhymes with Oz. To a traveler, it's often the highest quasitum. For me, everything, whether object, person, or event, when seen clearly in the depths of its existence, in its quiety, is quaz. In every road, every alley, the all to your parlor, the course of a creek, the track of a comet, all are a route to quaz for any traveler. Any queryist willing to question, to go in quest, to ask the cosmic question of the medieval church drama. Quim queritist. Whom do you seek, O pilgrim? William Least Heat Moon. Let's be happy, yeah? Moisture was within his rusted eyes, and I recall the last time I saw Leo cry. It was after the lake. It was our first day back at school, and he gathered all of our group together. He started out fine, managing simple English and explaining how he promised he was going to protect all of us from now on. And he just kept saying, "I'm sorry," over and over again. Jasmine was the first to step up and hug him, then Carl, then TJ, then me, and finally Flynn. We held each other outside the road and sobbed. Flynn kept yelling something and seemed more incensed than mourning, but I wasn't listening to his words. Leo bawled until he was hiccuping, wrought with himself. We all did. Eventually, a passerby called one of our parents, and we were picked up, one by one. The funeral happened the week before, and our parents thought we were ready to reintegrate, that things were better. It never felt like things got better. But Leo was always there, keeping his promise. Now my eyes brim with tears. I think it might be in part due to our lack of sleep, but I can't hold back. We stare at each other, Leo laughing. We stare at each other, Leo laughing and wiping his eyes with his palms.
Hey. You always suck in your cheeks when you're trying not to cry.
He reaches up, ruffling my head fur as he does so commonly. I sniff, trying to manage a challenging look, Leo looking blurry in my vision. I let go of his paw, taking him by the front of the shirt and pulling him down to my height. I shut my eyes tight and kiss him, my arms trembling as I do so. Large arms envelop me, his grasp first on my waist, then up upon my face as he holds onto my tear-mad cheeks. I realize I have no idea what I'm doing with regard to kissing, and I feel like a fool mushing my face against his, but Leo doesn't laugh. The kiss is over rather quickly, but I embrace him as soon as our muzzles part. I feel his head rub into mine, a neatness to his demeanor which I share. We continue to stare at each other. We continue to stand each on our own rail, keeping equilibrium, balanced at the center. This makes the hug sort of awkward in structure. It actually reminds me of the church pamphlets TJ had that described the proper way to hug someone of the opposite sex. Backs hunched forward, arms around the upper torso, pelvises at least a foot apart from one another. At least we're all good in the eyes of the Lord so far. It feels like several minutes pass, Leo occasionally squeezing me tighter or rubbing his paws across my back. I do the same. The position starts to feel a bit sore, especially with my recent battering, and I pull back. Leo seems to have been caught unawares, waving his arms as he tries to find his balance again. He stumbles and falls off,
Aww.
his rump hitting the sandy gravel beside the track. Oh shit, Leo! Are you okay, man? I hop down, but in my haste my foot catches, and I topple over onto the big wolf's chest.
Yeah.
Adding injury to injury. Leo just chuckles, rewrapping his arms around my midsection. We meet eye to eye.
Clumsy otter.
I sigh with relief and kiss him again, briefly, as I'm aware I haven't brushed my teeth in 24 hours as well. He strokes his fingers through my head fur, careful to avoid the bump on the back of my head, before releasing me. I stand, offering a paw to him. He takes it, though just for show, really. He seems to have no problem standing up on his own now.
So, before I was rudely interrupted, I asked you how you thought the others will take us, now that we're a couple.
We start walking again, this time with Leo leading. He seems to take fancy with an old rusted crane, the wolf bounding up the stepladder and clambering over it like he's 10 again. So, I think that Jasmine will probably dig it. Flynn will taunt us relentlessly, but harmlessly. Tisha will probably be confused, but ultimately happy for us. And Carl will probably be bewildered as all hell and awkward about it. Leo reaches the top of the crane's steps. He peeks over the metal to beckon to me.
Really? In my head, I imagined when I tell Carl I'm a queer and stuff, he'll just say, "That's gay." Then continue playing his handheld without caring.
Carl? Nah, he cares. I know he does. I told him I was gay earlier. He's the only I've come out to, really. I think he's the only one is what should have been there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You did? Huh?
I see his face visibly contort for some reason. We had a long journey from school to the party, and it was burning on my conscience, I guess. That seems to soothe him a bit, and he shifts focus. Also, I don't want tetanus. I'm good down here. He nods, making his way back down, his chipper gait an utterly foreign sight as he beams at me. The wolf is slap-happy hyper.
What about your parents?
Oh, Jesus. One day they catch me with gay porn, the next I have a big-ass Hispanic wolf boyfriend. I don't know, man.
I want to tell mine about you. They'd be happy for me. I guarantee it, yeah?
My eyes drift down to my pocket, the weight of my phone still resting against my thigh. I still have a voicemail from yesterday that they sent me. I haven't listened to it. I see some of his excited demeanor diminishes to his usual, more concerned expression. Leo heads over beside me, and we continue walking.
Ace, whatever they say, you still got me.
He approaches me and stops, his fingertips tapping his hips as he thinks of what to say.
You've still got all of us in the group, and if shit got real bad, you could stay with us for a bit. Jasmine does it all the time. Pa and Mama are used to having the house filled with kids, but since most of my siblings moved out, it's just me. TJ's parents would never turn you away either. And Carl, well, God knows he has enough damn rooms in that house, I assume, to go unused. His parents are barely even there. You could be like that one movie with the boy who lived in the walls of the house, making spooky noises at night and eating their gorgonzolas.
I let out a small chuckle. I remember how Carl used to be really afraid of ghosts a few years ago. I got to hang out with him and play video games as a coping mechanism excuse. Still, now that I have my phone in my hand, I still have that twisting dread within my gut. I'm just... It's like everything is changing and my head is spinning. My folks will never see me the same again.
They won't, because you're almost a king adult, Chase.
The curtness of Leo's tone has me look up from my phone and back to him.
Esta yuca. People grow up. You have, and really handsomely, I gotta say. Yeah?
I look off to the side. The flattery is making my neck warm and my cheeks flush. Despite everything, I still can't believe it's Leo that's saying all this to me.
The thing is, your parents are gonna love you no matter what. They're good like that. I know it. I bet my neck.
He grasps his throat and looking down at me with bloodshot eyes and a smile.
Other shit piles around here are the ones I'm gonna have to worry about, because no way I'm hiding that I love Chase the Otter as my boyfriend. And trust me.
He raises a large fist in front of me, showing off the crimson which stains his knuckle fur.
They try anything, or harass you for it, I'll make sure they know the consequences.
I shift my focus from Leo's fist to his wild gaze. Man, you need some sleep. Leo blinks, then brings his fist back to rub the back of his neck.
Fuck yeah, I do.
Who just disappeared?
Matt, he said he'd be back.
Okay. He sniffs, rolling his shoulders some before looking back to the phone in my hand.
Alright, let's listen to the voicemail, eh?
He looks off to the side, Sword muttering embarrassedly under his breath.
Double jump that sucker and whatnot.
It's so cringy, but I feel like I want to kiss him again. I smile wryly at Leo. He just huffs.
Fair warning, though. You're still probably grounded as hell.
I smirk, my chest feeling tight and my mouth dry. Oh yeah, I know that. I get yelled at if I don't call my parents back within 5 minutes anyway. I'll miss you while I'm in lockup, though. Leo grins lopsidedly, less wild now.
I'll see if I can arrange a conjugal visit.
Oh god,
Or
I hate
something.
this. Oh.
I take a deep breath, navigating to the voicemail inbox section.
Ready?
I can see Leo's family home in the distance now. Some smoke rising up from the backyard. They must be grilling something. Ready. I press play.
It's just done.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No, that's how
I
it
wanted to
is.
hear that voicemail so bad.
You will actually get to
Thank
find
God.
out what that voicemail was. It will be an echo somewhere.
Okay.
I will make sure
That
we get
was-
to hear it.
So cringy.
What? I thought it was cute.
Don't forget, these two were like 15 and 17 and being stupid, young, dumb, in love.
So
Yeah,
in there.
I wasn't.
Alright.
I never had a boyfriend in high school.
I mean,
Oh,
I'm
dude,
with
I
you
was-
there, Sam. I still haven't dated to this day.
It's
It was cute.
Yeah, I'm
it's cute
about-
for what what
So-
it was at that point.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like, it becomes a problem, but it's not in this moment. In this moment, it's wonderful.
I
I
mean,
mean,
you
can
see,
Oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
like you do see hints of him being possessive, like leading up to that conversation, but you could tell it's at least whenever, yeah, they're together holding hands, like they're just super adorable in love, and
Alright,
they're like, yeah.
Oh, Hannah, I don't mean to cut you off, but yeah, this is something that is basically Facebook there for them. So yeah, we missed out on that, but I just wanted to share that in there. Actually, you know what? I can.
Is that the parts that different between every game?
Yes,
end
I'm
phone?
going to go ahead real quick and go into the game notes. It will be under images. I'll probably make my screen black while I'm going through all these, just to avoid giving spoilers to people outside of this. Where is it in here? But yeah, at the end of each person's route, there's going to be a little small tidbit like that, which kind of shows a little bit of the lore and world building stuff.
That one was for Carl's route, right?
Yes, because we just went through Carl's route there, and we can just quickly blast through some of the other ones. That's not the one I'm looking for, then.
Did Harry finally learn Chug's name?
Chug.
Oh my god.
He's not Chug yet. He doesn't graduate to being Chug until he gets to Echo.
What
Okay,
makes him,
now
what
I
turns him
understand.
to Chug for
Hasn't
you?
he hasn't earned that title.
So wait, he earned being called Chug?
Yes. You don't what did you think Chug was an insult? No. It's a term of right.
I genuinely had thought it was an insult, so I'm pleasantly surprised to find out it was not.
I feel like he's shitting you, but
I mean, I
Oh,
am,
yeah.
but
No, I'm very certain he was, but still. God, this is hard to find. Where the hell is it? Is it under? No,
what
it's
are you
not.
trying to click?
I am looking for the actual like images of
The window, maybe?
No. I'm not in the game right now. I'm outside the
Oh.
game, literally searching through the files, trying to find the. Yeah, here we
And
go. Here it
images.
is. Carl's credits. There it is. All right. Okay, making my full screen. Going back over here. I have a message from you, Harry. Just gonna quickly check it. All right, cool.
No, you can
We'll
read
come back.
that not now.
Well, yeah, I know. All right, so we're gonna switch this now. I'm gonna change the window to why not my whole screen? Why not? Boom. All right.
Oh, that is bright.
Well, It is on a white screen. So yeah, here you go. So going through here, this is Carl's essentially MySpace profile. Because remember, this is like 2008. And it even shows he was last online November 1st, 2008.
Oh, he says Carl!
Yeah.
I never
That
had a
kills
MySpace.
people!
I am not actually a lion who shoots lasers out of my eyes. I am a ram, and I live in Echo with my parents. I smell good, I swear, despite what Sydney and Flynn says.
Oh.
Favorite quote? You know what your computer needs? More RAM. Proceeds to bust horns against your comp tower repeatedly.
Aww.
What a guy.
And then,
Dude, Carl's actually kind of shaping up to be one of my favorites.
and then here's Carl's what he's interested in. He likes video games, RPGs, and fighting games mainly. Comics are cool too, except the weird Japanese ones. If you want to play with me, my tag is Tarzan8484.
Oh my gosh.
And then here's his top 4 friends on MySpace here. Or this would be this is MySpace
Chase?
still. It's MySpace.
I love how
'cause-
Chase's MySpace is it him and Leo like holding hands?
I don't even know. I guess that might be Leo. But yeah,
It must be.
This is Chase, Flynn, Leo, and Sid the Kid.
Nice.
Does TJ not have a MySpace?
TJ
I would assume
might.
he wouldn't.
It's just well, don't forget this is top 4. So you see, Jazz isn't on this one either.
Yeah.
I would also assume she wouldn't.
Well, that's the thing is you're about to see Sydney's page.
Sid the Kid.
Oh, I guess Jazz does have one.
Oh, he's a pirate. That's
That's
fun
true.
because as a pirate, he
Age
also
99.
drowns in the water.
Yeah, Sid the Kid, Sydney, 99,
Age
lives in
99.
Echo, current mood, thinking, last online, November 1st, 2004.
Oh.
Because remember, he died 4 years ago.
Yep.
About me, I live in a desert. It's too hot here. Send help. I lick puzzles and riddles.
I lick puzzles?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he can't spell because it's MySpace.
Oh.
My favorite type of music is butt rock. It is like regular rock, but worse in every way, and I love it. Favorite quote? Lucha!
You
You
cut out
cut
first
out.
about the lucha, but that was great.
It was.
Alright, and then what he's interested in, wrestling, pirates, ninjas, sometimes depending on my mood.
And his top is
Flynn is and remember, this was actually ordered as well by who was their closest. So Chase was number 1 for Carl, Flynn is number 1 for Sid. Then you got Jazz
dude,
here.
look at Jazz. Look at her thing. That's very Jazz.
Yep.
Or very as it is
Jenna now.
Jenna.
And then Chase, and then ending on Leo. So unfortunately, Carl isn't in the top 4 for Sid.
You guys hear what I said about his profile pic?
About Sid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Shame on you.
Alan, it's cute because he's a pirate and he drowns in the water.
Go home, DJ.
There's actually something a little bit more about that, but I won't tell you. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Harry. Harry's the only other person who knows why Sydney drowning is important.
Curiosity killed the cat, Alan. But God, I can't say it. Sid'll be next, I can promise that.
Excellent. I mean, yeah, he sure did do something to get drowned.
Oh dear.
Can we see the next ones? Because I don't feel like going through every route.
Yeah. That's why I actually had gone through and tried to make multiple saves like this.
Is the only ending thing different is the text at the end?
There's some small things as well, but yeah, that end credit thing is also very different across all of them. I'm just trying to remember whose is whose. So this is the first one. So I think that one would be TJ. This one should be Flynn, and this one should be Jenna. So let's do TJ next.
So this all is the same.
Yeah, I'm just going to skip through on things that are the same, though there are small little things that are different across them. Like, I'll see here. he's gonna say it's soon. Alright, saying he's gonna go back with TJ. Leo then opens the door. Alright, we're just gonna keep moving. Alright, talking about Chase being generic as shit. Oh, here we go. Yeah. I'm not gonna corrupt TJ or fuck Flynn. You can ease up on the compliments. For when he's like saying nice things about Chase. They love you, dude. My mom's always asking when Chase is gonna come around. I'm not gonna corrupt TJ or fuck Flynn. Stop.
Just you wait, Chase. Just you wait.
God, I'm having like numb flashbacks.
Because you know
Flash
what
forward.
gets led into for the future. At least for some
I'm
of
not.
us.
I'm not gonna corrupt TJ or screw Flynn. No.
You can't corrupt me. I'm an angel.
Bullshit.
Not safe for TJ.
Oh man. Oh man.
Man?
The tip comes later.
I really.
Wait, what?
As Leo saying, the tip comes later.
No.
What a gross boy.
I mean, they're
Back.
teenagers. They say shit like that.
I understand.
Wait,
Go
they're
back.
walking home on a completely different...
No, it's
Yeah.
the same.
It's the road, not the,
That happened before
Remember-
they get
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, this is when they're walking by Keith and Brian's bar that they had at one point.
Oh, yeah. I was really tired at that point.
Alright, here we go. I do agree with them on that. I feel my phone vibrate against my thigh. My heart's sinking. I realize quickly, though, that it's just a text message and not another call from my parents. Mom and Dad haven't sent a text message in their lives, as far as I know, saying they prefer to talk as short text messages can lead to confusion. I do agree with them on that second bit.
True.
Oh Lord, that is so tiny. I have to big screen this boy. Okay.
Oh wait, I just
There-
realized I never switched you guys back. Let me do that real quick. Change the window back to the game for you. Boom. That should make things easier on you.
It's about the same. There is only one lawgiver and judge, the only one who is able to save and destroy. But you, who are you to judge your neighbor?
Aw. Who is it?
I see Leo crane his neck towards my phone, though he quickly recoils as I glance over at him.
Sorry.
Sight,
Could be.
and it's from TJ. He's being religiously helpful.
I heart TJ.
Yeah.
I
I'm
heart
the
TJ
best.
so much.
He tries. You gotta love him.
And remember, he's like 13 when he's doing all of this.
He's so sweet.
Yeah.
TJ is legitimately one of my favorite characters in. all
I
of
am
Echo.
the best.
TJ is
Like-
definitely one of the kindest ones out of everyone, at least.
I can feel for every character on a certain level, but man, TJ's just the best.
Doesn't even feel in a, like, sometimes he's a bit caricature-y, right? Like, sometimes you're like, okay, that's a bit overly adorably puritanical. But often he's actually, like, believably sweet. You're like, no, you know what? I could see someone saying, like, a genuine religious person saying that. And I do love him.
TJ is the one person who is, him and Kudzu are just my favorite.
Kudzu.
I love Kudzu too.
It's a shame I'll never
we
see him
stand
again.
Kudzu on this channel.
Kudzu.
So good.
We vote Kudzu.
He's actually good for Chase.
Wait, who's this Kudzu guy?
Which is funny because
Listen, if all
before
of you keep
this,
talking well about Kudzu, I'm gonna chop all your legs off.
here's the thing though, what's funny about this is before Chase meets Kudzu, Kudzu is like Leo's best friend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, now they're fairly close.
Yep.
Who's Kazuyo? It's someone who's more competent than your horny ass.
I manage a goofy smile,
not
holding up
wrong.
the screen to Leo. He squints down at it for a moment, and exudes a low snark, covering his forehead with his paw.
Ay, madre. Why can't they all be like TJ?
But who are we to judge? Oh, I guess I should have put on more voice. But who are we to judge? I put on a bit of a voice for that line. Leo groans, nudging me roughly. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have even gone to the party and learned about you and Flynn being like me. You think... Oh.
Hey.
My line.
My line.
It's okay. It's okay, baby, but some-
those fate things.
Keep it.
I shrug.
Meh.
I bet Jasmine will be squealing when she hears about this shit. It's just like one of her comics, the
Mangoes.
mangoes.
We've seen that before.
Yes, comics have
mangoes.
fruit. Yes, comics are fruit.
Yep.
Oh!
The eye.
You know, that would have also been the perfect time for Chase to mention that he got a mango from TJ.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
And he was like, I have no idea what to do with this.
I love how TJ said, there are plenty of Bible verses I can shoot at you. But that's probably don't want that. And then he gets home and shoots him a Bible verse. You adorable. You.
Also, I'm not gonna lie, I actually practiced for the Quaz little line there.
Pause.
Yeah, that's very sweet. I do like the Quaz passage.
The Quaz passage?
Yeah.
What he was talking about with the...
Here, I'm rewinding it a little bit. So, this whole thing, it comes to me as if recited on a recorder in my brain, the short paragraph which I labored to memorize the night before my presentation.
Oh,
Quaz.
yeah. Oh, I loved that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is a real thing.
that's-
Oh, sorry, you were saying, Hannah?
Yeah, it's like kind of like being out of place with their surroundings.
Mm-hmm. At some point, I want to read some stuff from William Least Heat Moon now, because he's a real dude.
That's cool.
Who
Who's
joined?
that?
Oh, it's Sam.
Oh, hi, Sam.
I should have been gone like 15 minutes ago, but I don't want to leave yet.
Oh, I'm sorry, Harry. I don't mean to interrupt you with it.
Correct, Harry.
Ah, gosh. Okay. Up.
Oh, Evan. Huh? Oh, I love you, T. I love you. I love you, Chase.
This
Oh,
is when you
shit.
see the
I
person
definitely
off
skipped
screen,
over
like kind of like whispering to Leo, like, "Come on, dude, go quicker with your lines. We're trying to get through things.
Okay. Just double checking.
Put more,
Okay,
put
TJ
more
looking
effort into
confused
it.
and bewildered.
Chase, you look like a rock."
Oh, no!
Wait, what? What did he say?
Oh.
Jeez, you look like a rock.
Oh, God.
Hey, I didn't say he looked like a rock. I just said he has the personality of one.
Rude.
They have the personality of a rock.
Rock.
Lynn
Oh,
said it.
If
If
you
you were a
ask the right
spice, you'd be
people-
flour.
if you ask,
Excuse
if you
you.
ask the right
that-
people.
Excuse you, Seb. Flour's a little too spicy. I would be water, thank you very much.
Water's too basic for you.
If you ask the right people, rocks are very interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
they're
not a geologist. I don't give a shit.
I like that both Seb and I went for the same career. Alright,
Rock.
here we go. Route 65's credits. I thought there was going to be a little bit of something talking about like TJ and what his thoughts were about the relationship, but it was literally the same as the last one.
I mean, we got his text message.
Now, I do want to share this. The song that plays here is one of the ones that plays on Leo's route as well, which is When Your Arms Were Around Me.
You can't make me feel sorry for him.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, is this entire...
Yeah.
The reason why I chose to have us play this after we got through Leo's route is because I feel like that's when it's most emotionally primed to, like, fuck with someone, is you just saw why they won't work. Now you get to see why they thought they would.
Yep. Because they were high school kids. And they were attracted to each other and they were friends. So it's like...
They also, like, discovered that They were gay together.
In my opinion, so the reason why...
Oh, be
The reason
careful.
why-
We're about to hit the thing.
Okay.
All right. Be ready, TJ.
Oh, okay.
Oh, never mind. It's not
It's not-
TJ. If a man has sexual relations with a man as one does a woman, both of them have done what both of them has done is detestable. They are both to be put to death. Their blood shall be on their own heads. Leviticus 20:13.
That is weird.
Wait, what?
The Old Testament for you, baby.
Damn.
Lady.
All right, so that was TJ's route. So, as you got to see, TJ himself is nice about that. However, there is still, unfortunately, plenty of shitty people who use religion to be cruel towards people of the LGBT community.
Yeah.
That's what that was a
Have a
nod
lady.
to. All right, so we've done TJ. We're on to Flynn.
I do have...
Oh.
I know, I
God.
understand. This will be going up at some point, probably within the year, so you'll see it eventually, Harry, and I'll tell you what you miss, if anything. Or I can always run back to this at some point.
Oh, but speaking of Route 65, the reason why Alan says you should play TJ's route then Flynn's is because of lore implications. I say it because TJ's route is the most mind-bending, but Flynn's route... Leo is the scariest in Flynn's route, in my opinion, because,
Harry, I have a question. Have you finished Leo's route yet? Or not Leo, Flynn's route.
I'm close. I'm not fully there yet, but I am close.
Has the thing happened yet?
You know what? No comment. But the thing I'm trying to get is, like, Leo doesn't have to do anything and you're scared of him. Because
True.
you know what he's capable of.
Okay, I'll rephrase my question. Are you still hanging out with Chase right now?
But yes, for the time, I
Okay,
do have to.
You still you still haven't hit the thing that I want you to hit. So
I don't have any time, okay?
I understand. I'm just saying, once you no longer are hanging out with Chase, you will find out that Flynn's route should be played later.
See you all later.
See ya.
Have a good night. Wow, I just lost a date in one move.
Alright, let's see here. Talking about him being a rock. Wait, what was the Flynn? Alright. Like Flynn, but less insulting and shit. Oh, here we go. I'm not gonna fuck Flynn. You can ease up on the compliments. That's all that's different there. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, no, that's all that's different. Honesty and muscles. That's what Chase says he's into.
Hey, buddy.
Anyone else have any thoughts about Chase and Leo as teenagers?
Oh, they're sweet. Like, as a first relationship, they're sweet.
I like Sam's, like, vomiting in the background.
No, I think they're sweet.
Yeah, I do still think there are issues
Oh,
going into
Leo
that.
is never not possessive. It's the best way I can word that, which is the big problem here.
Oh, yeah.
Right? From the beginning, Leo's possessive.
Well, and like, the thing that, yeah, I guess one of the things that kind of bothered me a little bit is like, wait, why did you come out to this other person first?
Alright, here we go. Something new.
I kind of get that too, though, right? Because he's always had a crush on Chase, and then here's Chase confiding in someone else, not him.
I feel my phone vibrate against my thigh. My heart's sinking. Yeah, it's just my parents. No, it's not my parents. I agree with them on that second bit. Here we go. Seb?
Oh. Just had gorgonzola salad and it was delicious. Also, Jazz is fine now. How goes the newly opened closet?
Who is it?
I see Leo's sort of craning his neck towards my phone, though he quickly recoils as I glance over at him.
Sorry.
Sight. And it's from Flynn. He tossed his salad. I manage a goofy smile, holding up the screen to Leo. He squints down at it for a moment, then exudes a low, rumbling groan, covering his forehead with his paw.
Ah, madre. He wouldn't shut up about that stupid gonorrhea lettuce stuff, or whatever it's called at lunch today. Apparently it's got like dried cherries, almonds, and granola clusters mixed in with the lettuce. You serve it with this expensive pear vinaigrette stuff, though they usually give you a packet of it in the bag of salad itself.
I forgot to say my line earlier. Haven't gotten home yet. Gone and fight with and saw more hallucinations. And Leo read my text with you.
What an asswipe. You two hook up yet?
I mean, it sounds really tasty. The most gringo-y food on the planet. Oh, I'm so sorry, world. Food on the planet, but it's still good.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't eat it by itself, though I'd need some carne asada on the side with maybe some cheap-ass cheese bread. I haven't eaten since lunch either, and I'm really fucking hungry. Whoa.
Remember, Flynn's got a mouth on him.
Yeah.
He's a big garbler turd. Ah, fuck.
Garbler. I like if it's not gobbler, it's garbler specifically.
He's a big garbler turd. Yeah.
Turd.
No, I get it. It's a
Hence why I must
with
send...
the tur.
Anyway. Hence why I sent your musky ass to him as in his secret shit party. You two could be all emotionally vulnerable together and shit.
Son of a bitch. Flynn was playing fucking matchmaker. I look over at Leo, his head tilted to one side and his lips pursed. The thing he does whenever he's really curious about something. He did that same damn face as a little kid too, usually when he had no idea what we were saying in our language and was feeling left out. Seeing him now like this, I think I actually feel more grateful to Flynn than anything. Still, I'm left with a nagging question. You said you were gay too. Why didn't you tell me?
So, what's happening now?
Me going to the party and confiding to you that I was gay was part of his plan, apparently. I'm asking why you didn't tell me he was gay.
Really? I feel like I should thank him or something. I bet Jasmine will be squealing when she hears all about this shit.
I don't know. I'd show you eventually anyway.
Oh no!
This is just like,
So scared.
this is just like one of her comics, the mangoes.
Show me what?
Oh no.
Mangas. I don't actually know if she reads yaoi stuff or not.
Manga. I do.
That's the anime porn with like the what?
The
Twinkie triangle. They got the triangle body and the triangle chin.
Oh, and the long yaoi hands. Don't forget those.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
fuck
gigantic
the yaoi
triangle
hands.
Okay.
I nearly choked trying to contain my laughter.
Okay, I'm gonna predict right now what I think Flynn is gonna send.
Alright,
It's in the
wait.
memes.
Okay.
It's in the manga.
I'm scared.
No.
I'm gonna click the memes, but I'm scared.
Oh, the thing that you've already posted?
Oh yeah, I bet that. It's just gonna be that. It's just gonna post a picture.
Oh.
That's sending
I just
nudes.
I like that you've
It's gonna
summoned
send a nude,
Andrew
it's just
back.
gonna be that image.
I like that you've summoned Andrew back. His only response to what you posted, which was the Flynn Dakimakura, was just honestly.
Honestly. God. How old are you again?
15, why?
Yeah. Of course I'm familiar. Oh no. Of course I'm familiar with it. I got a whole bunch of flies with that sort of stuff saved in my sample music folder.
Files, but
Files. Saved in my sample music
Yeah,
folder
but-
on my PC.
I like that you're suffering right now, DJ, because you're trying to set your lines where you're like, oh god, what's Flynn about to do?
Basically. Nobody ever looks in there.
Never
'Cause you're a
mind.
minor. He's gonna show you that D, but you're a minor. He's not gonna get caught. He's not gonna get caught on soliciting a minor.
Back to Loika, though.
Randall.
Actually, yeah, no, Flynn is, I think, 19 at this point, so yeah, if he did send anything to Chase, it would be soliciting a minor.
And then super illegal.
Weird. What the hell was that about?
Oh, honey.
What?
Oh, honey.
No.
They're showing Leo the new messages, but he seems sort of distracted now.
No.
He looks genuinely happy. I mean, a bit sweaty, fidgety, and blood-splattered, but so am I.
Why are they covered in blood?
Because they got into a fight earlier.
Oh, okay.
The idea of ruining that makes me feel miserable. Though Flynn's whole behavior, knowing everything about him now, is kind of boggling in contrast to his usual self. I exhale and do my best to recombobulate, shifting my attention to the big wolf currently holding my hand and looking at me expectantly. Don't ever get too comfortable with that sort of thing. I did, and now everything's fucked for me in the eyes of my folks.
So, your parents are probably going to search your phone when you get home. Delete all this.
Will do.
Man, your mom is the nicest lady. I can't imagine her kicking you out or anything.
I'm not worried about that. God, getting kicked out almost sounds preferable to having to face them every day with them having seen me like that. Imagine if your parents found your Yowie folder and how they see you from then on.
Oh
Sam? You okay over there?
She's imagining her parents finding her Yowie folder, it sounds like.
That's why I was teasing her.
no! Yeah, no, I can't ever let them see any of it.
Well, they shouldn't have been going through my shit in the first place.
Don't triple dot me. Just do it, dumbass.
Ugh. I slide my phone back to my pocket. That's enough Flynn for now, I guess. Alright, so we're gonna skip forward now.
Flynn was telling him to clear his phone. Okay, because Flynn was like, I don't want to
be accused of
I don't want to get caught almost as soliciting this minor.
Yep.
Now, I will say this. Flynn actually does have morals, and he's like, wait, you're definitely a minor. Hell no, I'm not gonna
I mean, yeah,
solicit
that
you.
too, but it's a thing of where he's very strongly backpedaling after he finds out how old he is.
Yeah.
But if he was of age, he would have showed him that D.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Definitely.
Leo, on the other hand, is like, I don't
He's
care that I'm
13.
18 and you're 15.
Leo is 17, so it's not
Okay.
quite that bad. It's still
There
not
is a
great, in my
statute.
opinion.
Right, I forget what it is, there's like a statute where it's, if they are 17, if
the
you are
Romeo and
2
Juliet.
years, if you're less than 2 years old, if there's a less than 2 years age difference, it's not considered a felony, and I think it's considered a misdemeanor. Or something, depending on the state.
No, like, I think some states have the Romeo and Juliet clause or whatever, which, like, gives them, like, a little bit more leeway, where, like, they're okay as long as they started dating before the older one was 18.
Like some kind of grandfather rule.
Yeah.
Although I do want to see what the thing at the end is.
Fucking you in the train bothers me.
Actually, it's implied, too, that TJ's parents would have welcomed Chase in as well.
Yeah, no, they're
Implying
pretty
it is
much...
not just TJ that's a sweetheart.
Yeah, no, TJ's family is a good one. Same thing for, like, it sounds like TJ's church, because remember, one of the girls that works at the church is biosensual.
Bisexual.
I'm gonna take that from now on. I'm gonna be like, I'm not bisexual, I'm biosensual.
I'm biosexual.
Hey, now what is biosensual? Is that like where you just like, when you
TJ
see life, you just want to stroke it?
So TJ being 13 did not remember the word bisexual, and he was trying to describe the bisexual girl who goes to his church. So he said
Okay.
biosensual instead.
Yep.
Sapiosensual.
Oh, wait, I think I missed something. Just double checking. What about the group? Alright. Yeah, okay, that's the same. Flynn's gonna taunt relentlessly. Got it. I just want to hit play.
You're gonna be at the end in a second, sweetie. We do. Randall's looking at you like, why?
Yep, our
I
dog
press
is
play.
lit.
There we go.
Yay.
All right, so you guys ready to see Flynn's fun little message?
Sure.
It'll
Someone
pop up
came
at
up.
the end. We gotta get through some credits first.
Lame.
And they all get different music too, which is kind of cool.
No, it's the same song.
No.
This is when your arms were around me still.
Yeah.
Because while we are on different routes, overall, they don't differ.
They're
from
not
the
that
song.
different.
Because the thing is, it all ends the same way. Leo takes over.
No matter
Doesn't
what
matter.
route you choose, you're always gay and damaged.
I mean,
Whoa.
you're not wrong.
Great.
Wow.
Not one of this is the super secret route that fixes you.
Buddy.
Is there someone?
There's someone there. man.
Also, you can still see Kudzu is donating things in this game. They
Thank
give
you.
special things to Kudzu each time.
Kudzu! Best boy.
Alright, and Flynn's little
I'll get
extra
him, Miranda.
thing. Don't triple dot me, just do it, dumbass. You sure want to clear your messenger history? Yep.
Yes.
Goodbye, messenger history.
Thanks, Chase.
That's great.
Want to go to jail?
You do that.
Alright, and last but not
All right,
least.
Hannah will be back, but she needs to
I need to take Rainbow out.
take Randall out.
Okay. Thankfully Jenna won't need to talk, so
I almost went into just
even though we're on Jenna's route, she won't need to
Wow.
talk. Alright, yeah, he goes,
Front
oh,
door.
adorable, Jack,
Everyone
wait.
can see you out there.
Oh, here we go. So yeah, here you go.
Here. I can see you out there. Here, I turn off.
DJ!
You know how excited I got when I saw that email? That what Jazz texted was true? I was like, fucking fantasy, you know? Then I started wondering why you didn't tell me. And then I got all mad, and now I've ruined this.
Alright, so that's
Yeah.
it's gonna be the same after that, but yeah.
You ruined everything, Leo.
Hey! Hey! TJ! Leave me
I'll
alone.
fight you. I'll fight you. No, I won't.
TJ, Chase is my man!
Lols, TJ wouldn't fight anyone.
I won't hesitate, bitch.
Hesitate, bitch!
Not on my Christian Minecraft server!
Ooh. Ooh.
Yep.
You know what? I'm just gonna put my controller next to my mic so people in the future can hear how rapidly I'm clicking against the button.
Sadly, I cannot hear it.
You'll hear it in the
Is this,
recording.
is this Jazz's route?
Okay.
Yeah, this is Jazz's route, but like, there's so few
Oh,
things
poor
that are
Hannah.
different here. Well, she won't need to talk, so. Also, like I said, there are very few things that are different.
I took out Randall earlier today, so it is her turn.
Ah,
Actually, she might make it back in time.
not if I can help it.
Clickety click, click, clickety click, click.
Oh, here we go. Mangas. Turns out she actually reads that yaoi stuff after all, I learned. And then, yeah, it's the same thing after that. Also, I do find it very interesting that Leo's mother was like, oh, why don't you try and date that Jasmine girl? Only to find out her son's not interested.
Mom, she doesn't have a...
I mean, Jasmine...
Your game's real weak, though.
I actually think Jenna would, like, call Leo out on his bullshit.
Yeah, that's the thing is, I'm wondering about, like, the alternate scenario where, like, they had, like, Leo and Chase were, like, more interested in girls back in high school or whatever. Well, Chase definitely being more interested in girls, and Leo being interested at all in girls back in high school. Like, I'm curious, like, how that would have played out if either of them would have pursued Jazz and or Jenna eventually.
Leo would have ended up with Jenna, probably.
I don't know.
She wouldn't have let him become a possessive asshole.
That's the thing is, I could see it kind of working out that way, but another part of me goes, I just don't see Leo and Jenna working as a healthy couple.
That's true.
I feel like that they would kind of drag like the worst out of each other as well in a way. Because they're
true.
Good friends, but I don't think they would be good romantic partners.
That is true.
Because like you even see like the worst of Jazz sometimes get dragged out by Leo. She gets real competitive with him.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true.
Wait.
Wab! It's a
I'll
wab.
skip over something from Jazz.
That'd be Bob.
Oh, here we go.
What about Jazz?
Well, I get a feeling she'll be alright with it. I turn, hiding my tired smile. I'm glad I opened up to her. And so, yeah. After that, that's
Wub.
pretty much it for the differences.
Wub face. Wub face. Wub 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 wub.
Mother,
Wub
Mother,
wub
how
wub.
could you do this to me?
why
I
are
love you, Wub.
No matter
love
what
you,
friend
Wub.
he confides
But
in,
Mother!
it's good for him. Which I enjoy the subliminal message of that.
Well, that's the thing, is all four friends that he can confide in do care about him, and you get to see then that the group was actually decent to each other back when they were all together. That kind of
they're
distance
decent.
apart did lead to a lot more issues.
Heck, they're decent to each other in Peyton with... I mean, then horror shit goes down, right?
True, but remember, like, even before the horror shit really started ramping up, it goes, they hang out together at the hotel on Saturday, they go to the amusement park on Sunday, and then on Monday, they go to the river only for Flynn to blow up at them.
Yeah, it's true.
Because there was always going to be issues with the group. Like, even now, there's Chase keeps saying, maybe next year we can finally talk about what happened with Sydney, only for Leo to say, no, we're shutting that down. Flynn, no, we're shutting that down. TJ can't even talk about it. Like, half of the group just does not want to honestly broach the fact that they're all traumatized by the death of their friend.
Yep. You know, I was just talking with someone who was like, when you make these decisions, you have to realize everyone is traumatized by the pandemic, even if they don't realize it.
Oh, yeah.
Am I traumatized?
And that's what she said. She's like, you won't necessarily feel traumatized, but we're all our own version of at least mildly traumatized. Whether it's that constant nerve we've been going through, or if you had a family member who died or got it, or you didn't get it, so you get like a survivor's guilt almost. Like, everyone is traumatized in some way.
I feel fine.
I do too.
I
but
mean,
it's a thing.
I'll be honest, I actually didn't realize I was traumatized by the pandemic until I heard a song that was like talking about Christmas time during 2020.
We're on her,
and that
we're at the very
genuinely
end now, Hannah.
like, hit me. I'll
Sorry, I
share
was
that song
looking at
with
the
you guys.
TikTok about trauma. What is happening right now? Why is everybody traumatized?
I'm not.
The pandemic from COVID-19 for 2020 until now-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess because Mom says she might have had it and didn't go to hospital, so I'm real pissed about that.
I mean, hell, you guys remember Christmas time for 2020 around for me. Both my parents had possibly caught it around then.
Well, that's right! We were so scared for your parents.
Oh, here we go.
Holy shit. What the fuck?
Wait, what?
Yes!
Who is
It's
that?
happening!
Go away!
This is Teeth.
Go away! Go back!
What the
I didn't like that.
What was that?
I don't have the full context of this.
DJ's route. They all had like something sweet at the end, and Jenna's route is like, absolutely fuck you. Here,
The
I'm gonna
only
go
person-
We're the only otter, right?
I'm not gonna answer that question. Now, the only person who knows anything about what that thing was is Hannah, because I showed her it before.
Yes, and even I don't fully understand what's going
What
on.
the fuck? I'll be right back. I'm wiping my dog's
I have
balls.
seen a scene with that because it is a little creepy. Not gonna lie.
Sunday, if I remember, I'm cornering you, Alan. You're explaining this whole thing to me because I don't have the emotional bandwidth to watch this. If I remember.
Okay.
Yeah, no, and that you just showed me that right after I took my dog out in the dark. After he was already like he started barking, and pointing in the direction that I was going to need to go to throw away his poop bag, and I'm just like, It's like, why?
Now, I do want to mention something I find very interesting about like Echo. I see like a lot of people like on the page go like, oh yeah, if you're suffering from like a lot of emotional and mental issues right now, don't play Echo. And I agree with that. But also like it's made me realize like, I don't know, maybe I'm like more desensitized to horror or something, because I got through Echo and instead of like being horrified, I was instead fascinated.
I like horror games. I don't like horror movies. It's I don't know. There's difference.
I agree. Like horror movies, I can't stand because like I can't do anything. But with
Yeah.
stuff like,
I-
yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say.
Go
Oh.
on.
Okay. I was going to say, because I know that I'm not able to catch this most of the time because of my schedule, and then I'm also just avoiding a lot of bummers when I can, because I mean, we're living in a pandemic and I have a very stressful job.
Of course.
So
Yeah.
I don't have just the emotional reserves to get invested in this like I would want to. But I wonder if things were fine, how I would feel about this, because it's kind of like something that like I have a passing interest in this and I want to be invested in it, but very quickly the emotional reserve it requires is more than I'm willing to give, which is why I dip in and out of it. So I kind of thinking about trauma. If I wasn't traumatized and if I wasn't seeing trauma,
I mean,
how would I feel about this?
that's how I feel about Game of Thrones, right? Like, I want to like it because a lot of people really love it, and I'm like, this is just like, I struggle to like, so like the whole point of Game of Thrones is like any character can die, so like no one's ever safe, right? And that's really cool, but for me that makes me go, yeah, that means I don't like any protagonist in this show, though.
See, that's a funny thing where, not specifically Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is one that you can apply this to, but how there are things, and nothing comes to mind at this moment, but I'm sure that, like, if I thought about it, I could come up with some, but there's just things where it's kind of like, the thrill is not being safe, and it's, how safe is your life? I get, like, Saw or, The Purge, things like that, where it's like, how safe and stable is your life, where you have to be like, let's pretend as a vacation, as a fun little escape from reality. Let's pretend this horrible thing happened.
When I've seen a thing that suggested zombie movies are either going to become more popular than they've ever been, or people aren't going to touch that with a 20-foot pole.
Right.
I don't do zombies.
Because like it used to be, oh, zombie, haha, there was a pandemic and it turned everyone into, and now people are like, whoa, oh no.
I don't do zombies. They terrify me, and I don't. I just don't.
You
I
escaped
feel like-
oh god, no.
I feel like they will
Real.
shrink, but people will become even more hardcore. So that will happen naturally, just because it's kind of the view of surviving a zombie pandemic is aggression. Or if I'm aggressive, I can survive this pandemic. Or, like, I can survive this natural disaster. I can survive this horrible situation where aggression and selfishness is not addressing this real life situation, and we're kind of learning, like, no, that's how you die when you're an asshole who's aggressive and selfish.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna you can't eat bullets.
Nope.
Bullets won't keep you warm when it starts raining. Bullets will not keep you clothed, and you cannot eat bullets, so...
My mom said I could eat bullets.
For breakfast.
You're right.
Oh, it's for breakfast. He went. I just said he went to the bed.
Our bed?
Yeah.
Dang it.
Is that like you have like all of the
Go up so he'd come here.
all of the advanced social skills, all the community skills are kind of viewed as like you don't need those and the world breaks down. You just need your hunting instincts and your aggression and all the guns you can get. But it's not the case. And with this pandemic, it's like you can't fight this. You have to cooperate, and people are refusing that because it goes against their ideology.
Yeah, one of the things that I wanted to mention as well. Oh, sorry. Sam, is your mic feeding back to mine? Okay, it's not
It is.
doing it anymore. All right. Oh, no. I could hear my... Okay. I think I'm better. All right.
Okay.
So, what I wanted to mention for just my thoughts on Echo, there's a reason why I just posted those two pictures that I did, and that is, you're right. The emotional bandwidth that you get from this game is very much one of those things that's like going to take up your thoughts, at the very least,
Right.
if you get yourself invested. And I think you're the type of person who would probably get just as invested as I am with it, because it's the type of game that makes you theorize as you go through.
Well, because I mean, you've seen me. I theorize a lot. I theorize a lot with very little when I see these people. I've done like 3 profiles on Leo and at least one on Flynn.
And that's the thing, is you're gonna get that from each and every route. You played the game essentially 5 times, and you learn something new about each of the characters each time as you're going through. And then you also add in the Route 65 on top of that, so you're basically playing 6 different games and learning about these characters across them, seeing like how they're thinking. You're also seeing, like on my end, I have an entire like conspiracy theory about a multiverse of timelines going on. So like I said, I definitely am. I am the right and wrong person to ask this type of question, because I would love to say you should play it, but I also know I should tell you, don't play it unless you have the capacity to let yourself basically have like a portion of your mind constantly focused on this for the month it will take you to get through everything.
Do we get...
Again, that's the thing, because I'm getting it in snippets and I can't digest it properly because of that, so it's hard for me to get into it. It's hard for me to feel like to properly care about it because I can't do it the proper way, since I'm just not going to be able to consistently watch this with you guys.
Well, I am uploading the videos piece by piece onto YouTube, so if you ever want, you can watch them there too. Whenever you can treat it like a podcast or whatnot.
Send me a link, because you keep saying that and I keep forgetting to look for it.
Okay. Right now I'm behind on uploading. I haven't uploaded anything for 2 weeks because dissertation is killing me.
Fine.
I am nearly done with uploading everything for Carl's route, and then I'll start uploading Leo's route.
Now I just thought of something.
Yes?
I thought of an example of shows where it's like, this is for people who are fine to a vacation and pretending that they are mentally ill or that they have problems. And it's, bear in mind, I've not really seen this show, but I've seen little bits and pieces, so everything I see makes me believe this is like Euphoria, if any of you have watched Euphoria.
No, I haven't.
But it's like sexy, it's sexy high schoolers on drugs. and all their problems are always sexy. They're always sexy and emotionally charged, but they're high school kids. So I'm always like, I tried to start the show because it has an actress in it who I like, but as soon as I started it, they're like really giving her a nondescript mental illness and talking about how she just has to take drugs so often to cope, and she's just got that perfect bedhead hair that lets you know that she's got problems, but in a sexy way. And I'm just like, this is for people who don't have mental illness, who don't have to deal with mental illness, who don't have family members with mental illness, who are popular in high school, going on vacation and be like, what if I was unpopular in high school? What if I had like a problem? What if I was one of those kids I bullied in high school? Wouldn't that be a weird novel experience? So there's just television like that and experiences like that where it's like trauma tourism.
The only thing I can think of that's comparable to that is the Heathers Paramount version. Like it's called Heathers by the well, not fans, but the haters of the show, where it took like the Heathers story and just reformatted it so that the people who are being oppressed were the jocks and the cheerleaders, and they're being oppressed by these trans people and these gender fluid teens and all these minorities.
I vaguely remember. Wait, no, but this was a real thing, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
What
was it called?
It's Heathers. It was the Heathers reboot for Paramount. It
Oh,
got
right.
so fucking like hated by both sides of the political spectrum. People on the left were like, "This is some bullshit that you're trying to do," and people on the right were, "This is some bullshit that you're trying to do."
Okay. Oh yeah, the 2018 Heathers. Yeah.
Yeah. They both came out hating it from like opposite ends of the spectrum, so it was kind of fascinating to see like how this show that was trying to court kind of like any audience failed to get anyone.
Right. Okay. Yeah. This miniseries. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of a thing because like the point of Heathers is that nobody cares. It's like the sensationalization of trauma.
Mm-hmm.
It's the making trauma into something sexy and marketable that you can sensationalize. Who's seen Heathers?
I haven't seen it, but I know the music.
Like the main thing.
Recording of the musical.
Okay, the musical is pretty much the same as the Heathers. There's just less romance. There's more romance in the musical. So like the subplot with Martha, is not in the movie, but it is like the point of it is that nobody cares about these teens until they're dead. Not even like nobody cares about them until after they're dead. So it's nobody's trying to stop them from committing suicide. Everybody's just making a big scene about it when they're dead. So it is.
I love my dead gay son.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna turn their death into a message, and it's not even actually a message to do anything. It's a message to kind of virtue signal of like I'm gonna use my dead son to show you how woke I am, and because he's dead. Because he's dead, I don't actually have to deal with having a gay son. I can be that woke dad who doesn't actually have to deal with my son who gets.
Well, that's the interesting thing as well is that like in the movie, you're right. Like that is kind of like the message. In the musical, they updated it into a weird, not bad weird, but just like not what was originally intended. Alteration where like. In the song Dead Gay's Son, eventually it's revealed that the two dads of those two were in a gay relationship with each other.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, and actually that's the thing is that the musical, not in a bad way, but musically does kind of sensationalize it because it makes, I guess it's like making death a spectacle. And the thing is that musicals are a spectacle. So it kind of makes it a spectacle there, but it is very much, what I'm trying to say, it's, the main point was that nobody cared about these teens as people until they died, and even when they died, didn't care about them as people. They cared about them as symbols of what they wanted them to be or thought they were. Nobody's really questioning why they're killing themselves. And then the musical kind of does the thing where it's showing that people are hypocrites. But it's also because it's a musical and making it lighthearted. It, in a little bit, does kind of make it, instead of an examination, of this trauma tourism, it kind of becomes trauma tourism, but not. I don't view it as a bad thing in the musical. That's just the nature of musicals. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because musicals are supposed to be fun. Like Wicked, terrible adaptation of the book, whose name I can't remember.
The book
that's
is also
because
named Wicked.
Well, yeah, the book is also Wicked, yes.
Yeah, Wicked. Sorry, because I was thinking of the sequel, Son of a Witch. So it's like that's a terrible adaptation, but that's because the Wicked book is a bummer where horrible things happen, and nobody would want to watch a musical about that.
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
Nobody wants to watch a musical about a guy getting by a tiger.
Yeah, it is so messed up.
I mean, okay, Sweeney Todd is a thing.
Sweeney Todd is a thing, yes, but
Yeah, well, to be fair, I have not seen an actual thing. I've seen the musical movie. That one I think is also. I don't know. I guess it's interesting because nobody's a good character in that really, except for the daughter. But it is kind of again, we have fun. We like to have fun as we're committing our murders.
It kind of is. You're not wrong. It's priests. Have a little priest. And you're like cheering them on.
Right. And then that one, it's more about people rather than, well, I guess they're all about people. I forget what I'm trying to say. That one is more like, so one-on-one, where things like the Heathers is kind of like the institutionalized sensationalism of teen death. And Wicked is like an institution. Where in Sweeney Todd, the institution of the judge and his wife husbandry is kind of a secondary thing. It's not so. It's like, yes, the institution was what allowed the judge to attempt to kill Sweeney and kidnap his daughter so that he could raise her to be his wife. But it's not Sweeney versus the institution. It's Sweeney very specifically like, I'm going to kill this guy.
Yep.
Yeah. And I mean,
everybody else with him.
Well, yes, he does kill other people that atheists are corrupt.
Right, because he's not really targeting, like, he's not targeting politicians or specific people. It's just whoever, and it happens to be unlucky enough to go into his shop, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he does take down. He's the guy that Peter Pettigrew basically plays.
Peter Bailey.
Right.
Peter Bailey. Yeah. I mean, he's also not the best person.
He's essentially the plaintiff.
But it's not. But that was just because he works with. That's because he's a lackey for the judge, not because he is the court or is a part of the court system.
Yeah.
I went on a rant. I forgot where I was going with this. That just the point is that there's people who make shows that are like, let's pretend we have mental illness, and that will be our fun activity for the day. Or let's pretend we have trauma. And I forgot how that tied back to this. Yeah. I think it was that if I did not have trauma, and I had more opportunity to engage with this, I wonder how I'd feel about it. Because I want to like it, but I'm just like, it's very tiring.
Oh yeah, well maybe when you're in a better place, I'll point Echo back at you.
No, yeah, and that's true. Yeah. It's something where it's just like, I would want to do it with you guys, and I know I'm not going to be able to consistently do it with you guys. I have to do it with the people I love.
Aww.
It's like Night in the Woods. That one's triggering. Night in the Woods is triggering for me. I have to be there with my loved ones. I need your support. I need your love and prayer. All right, I'm gonna mute myself for a minute now.
Okay. Also, I found the song that I remember. Since we're talking about trauma and everything, the song I was talking about that made me realize, oh shit, I really am actually traumatized from 2020, was the song "Stay Safe for Me," which is literally about having to be distanced from your loved ones during Christmas. Which, as you guys remember, I literally had to distance myself from even my parents, who were the last people I was able to be in contact with for Christmas
Yep.
of 2020. So I'm just gonna put that here in meme time. And
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
song is by Pepper Coyote.
I am a brother in your trauma. I'm a non-binary sibling in your trauma, Alan.
Yay!
Come on, buddies.
Oh,
Yep.
All right. Anyone have any last thoughts though about Echo Route 65 before we stop the recording?
I am
recording
happy
this
to see Leo happy for a hot second there.
Fuck Leo.
you need.
I dislike him now greatly.
Why do you?
What do you do
what
now?
Made you dislike him
Ow.
more?
Yeah.
Dislike him
curious.
more? There's clear signs of him not really being good in a relationship, or at least with Chase.
Okay. I'll
And
give
like
you that.
we brush it off and stuff, but like that rubs me the wrong way. And
Okay.
like I wouldn't want to be in that situation.
Oh yeah.
No matter how much he loves Chase.
So I kind of agree with you. For me, I'm actually okay with them right now, but I do think that my biggest issue was for when they try to get back together in Echo. That's where I'm like, that's an egregious issue. So like for when they're getting together here, they're young, they're dumb, they're just experiencing life. That's fine. They're doing whatever. But once they go on, have their relationship, have it fall apart, and then break basically all contact with each other, I feel that both of them should realize by that point, okay, we cannot work as a romantic couple. Let's just go back to being friends. If we can even salvage that.
Mhm.
So I just thought of something. I'm just gonna keep myself unmuted because I'm gonna have thoughts and opinions. I'm gonna have my blue hair. I'm gonna have my blue hair and my pronouns.
Oh my god. Not the blue hair.
Right. So, consider this. If these are people who, in a bad situation, because they all had very traumatic childhoods, and they developed harmful coping skills that kept them alive in that situation, but those were not long-term functional skills to have. So those would be things that as soon as they could get into a better situation, they would have to break. And because basically they completely cut off contact with each other, they only had their kind of damaged selves to work with. So they only knew how to interact with each other in a damaged way, because when they met each other when they were growing up, they were damaged. And then when they left and started developing, they had no contact with each other, so they didn't really know how to fit each other into their new selves and interact with each other in their new selves. So now that they've come back, they've only been able to interact in those harmful ways that they used to interact. But now that they're adults, it's to a much greater extent, because you're adults, you can do much more harm. And if they had not cut off contact, if they had stayed pen pals, if they had communicated digitally, do you think it would have gone this bad had they met up
I think
again?
so. I think so.
They would have maintained a little bit they did maintain actually a little bit of contact depending on which route you're on. You learned that they were still talking with each other sometimes, and that's actually part of the problem, was they never did fully break contact with each other in some of the routes that's discussed like that. Now, I do want to also mention as well that I think that it's fair to say some of them attempted to heal. I don't know how much they did heal when they went off to college. I think that the people who probably had the best shot at healing were those that left Echo completely. Chase, I don't think he healed as much. I think he tried to, but I don't think he really did. Jenna, I think, did heal a lot better, and I think TJ was on the path to healing, but had the least amount of time to heal as he was out of there.
That's how I was doing it, yeah.
Well, and it's interesting because you just named all the more likable characters.
But and then also, didn't Flynn and Leo stay?
Flynn and Leo never left. Carl did leave for a bit. but him leaving broke him slightly, and when he came back, he was broken even further. And
Yeah.
basically, Leo and Flynn just kind of worked around his damage. So I'm gotta be honest. I think your theory's somewhat spot on. It's just a matter of like whether or not they truly healed in some of their cases.
That's I guess what I'd say, because I don't know if they healed, but I think they only know how to interact with each other in a maladaptive way, because that's how they grew up. And when they see each other, that kind of signals or triggers like, okay, I need to act in this negative way. I need to act in this maladaptive way because that's how we interact with each other. But now that they're adults and the situation is different, that has worse consequences. Because when they were young and that happened, that thing happened with that bully. It's not a spoiler now, right? Everybody knows what happened with the bully?
Clint?
Yeah. So yeah, somebody died.
Oh, no.
Their trauma...
That's Sydney, and Sydney was not a bully.
Oh. Who was the... Okay, I thought it was like... A fight happened and someone died, right?
No.
So
there was a fight, and Leo beat the living shit out of the guy that was picking on them.
That was Clint. Okay, so Sydney's death will actually be explored, funny enough, in both TJ and Flynn's routes, which are the two people who either solve Sydney's death or the person who's really wanting to investigate it. So it makes sense that those two are the routes that look at it. Carl barely broaches Sydney in his death. Same thing for Leo. Carl's route basically like brings up Sydney existed, and that's kind of it. Mainly because Carl really just wants to move past it. Leo's route brings up that Sydney's death it may be more important than everyone that's on. Leo wants to forget it, but it's something he can never truly forget.
Hunty boy,
So it is.
Yeah.
You would have to like point out the individual things, but it sounds like how they're they're severely injuring each other. It's only the fact that they're kids that it's resulting in only the one death. Here now that they're doing the same thing, but they're a lot bigger, it's resulting in a lot more damage. And I'm trying to think how to describe it without getting too behavioral, but it's basically they only know how to interact with each other the way they interacted with each other but when they were kids. And that was not a good way to interact. But because they were kids, it didn't cause as much damage. And because they had such limited contact, they never really had an ability to change, like to adapt how they view each other and interact with each other. So their relationships kind of stayed where they were when they left. They stayed at that child maladaptive traumatized area, and now they're coming back as adults, interacting with each other kind of in that traumatized way, where if they had stayed in contact, they would have been able to grow up together and their relationships would have been able to grow up together more. I don't know if they're necessarily growing up on their own and getting more well-adjusted, but it's kind of... I feel like their relationships would have changed. I feel like the thing is that they're treating each other the same way they treated each other when they were kids, and that was not a good way to interact, but it's what they needed to do to survive. Does that sound like that makes sense? Like, does that sound...
yeah, that makes sense.
Does that hold any water?
It does. I do want to probably wrap this recording up, though, because I think we've been chatting and theorizing long enough that it's probably its own episode at this point. I do want to check, though, for last calls on everyone. Does anyone have any other last thoughts that they wanted to say about the game before I do wrap this up? Seb, I haven't heard from you.
I don't have anything else specific to add, really. I feel like we've gone at length about it. Okay. It is a good representation of what had happened, I think.
Okay.
You still have and you still have a little bit of that horror aspect in there. but it's not like a huge focus, but there is still that little bit of like, oh shit, what's going on? And then it cuts back to Chase being taken care of.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
And then you get
Throws a
like the
little bit of
endings as well with both TJ and Jenna's endings hinting at there's a lot more that's about to go wrong.
Yeah. Yep.
Unfortunately, I see Matt has disconnected. So, Morgan, you have any thoughts?
I have no thoughts. Head empty.
Excellent. And now I get to at least prove that Morgan was here for this recording.
Fill that hut up with trauma and thought.
No, I think at least I'm good. You know.
All right, well, say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.